Hello everyone, I'm Delphius, welcome back, and today I'm just basically been rambling about old songs worth theories from back then. So yeah, and also to something to note, I don't remember every theory from back then, and only I'm talking about the theories from 2019 to 2020-ish. And some maybe, if in certain situations, talk about some after those years. Anyways, on with the show. Okay, so this is definitely a fan theory I definitely remember from way back then, since I don't know who exactly, but back then there was this YouTuber who basically posted a bunch of theories talking about Song's War, and one of the theories was about Sen and the whole Elder Guardian scene, saying whose child is this? And he had this whole theory that Sen was a descendant of Ingressus, or at least his son. But now thinking about it, even before the cancellation, there was technically speaking already a few flaws with this idea. If he was truly a descendant of Ingressus and his mother was Nestoris, wouldn't he be in Nestoria instead of Sindaria? Either way, this was a pretty fun theory to remember and to look back on with the evidence it did have. And in the end, even though it was proven wrong, it did make a bunch of sense. So as we all already know, this theory was, well, already confirmed by when season 2 and 3 scripts were released, confirming that Incursus and Achillean absolutely do know each other. Actually, they were pretty much brothers. And the reason this theory was even around back then was due to the fact that people had noted how personal Ingressus' dialogue with Achillean during the final battle was. And something that I noticed when we watching the battle is Ingressus basically confirms they did know each other because he richly say, "Do you remember who it was who suggested I even enter the tournament in the first place?" Which no one to my current knowledge even realized. Like, even to this day, I hadn't actually seen anyone point this part out and even had discussions about this, which is a bit funny now looking back on it, because how is it that no one really 100% picked up on this line and never truly realized that this was just a full confirmation that they did know each other? Now moving on to one of the oldest and still to this day unconfirmed Song's War theory, Grimm being Ardoni. Because, fun fact, all the way up to this day, as of, well, the day I am posting this, we still to this day do not know what Grimm even is. We thought he could be an Ardoni, a lot of people theorize he could be an Ardoni, but something doesn't really feel too right with that theory. And, well, number one, we never see him use a song. Not once. Throughout the entire show. Not even during the script. And another problem with this theory is Grimm is shorter than Jalkar. Now you may ask, what does height have to do with this? Well, if you may remember, the Ardoni species in general are taller than humans. Like, for example, Sen and Thalius, which he had to bend down just to get past the door frame. And as you can see in these very shots right here, you can clearly see he is shorter than Jalkar and shorter than the Voltaris in this scene. And as of right now, the Ardoni theory is one of the few theories that actually make some form of sense. And especially after it was revealed in the script that Necrolord was a Voltaris the whole time, named Zon Voltaris. And a third problem that kind of hit this theory as well is Grimm grunts. Like, he doesn't speak proper English, he just grunts and stuff. And sound like he has water in his mouth. Which, as we all definitely know, the Ardoni can speak perfect English with no problems. But maybe enough of that. On to the next part. And note before I continue, this theory was made like before episode 10 of season 1, so yeah. But yeah, for a bit of time, the community basically assumed that he was going to be the second Death Singer of the series and going to be the big bad. But then episode 10 released, and Ingressus came back. And but people still thought he was going to be like one of the big bads for season 2 and 3. But oh boy, as we all know already, as of right now, in the season 2 scripts and 3, he got sidelined hard, like really really sidelined that bad. And just wow, so much wasted potential. Especially since something I definitely noticed and realized when thinking about it. Every time he showed up in season 1, someone died. First appearance, Hawken died. Second appearance, Thalia's and most of Sans and Rio's family died. And then the third time, Zillion and his team all are almost completely killed. And then in the beginning of season 2, in the season 2 scripts at least, in episode 1, all of them die, with the Voltaris winning the fight. And now, even after mentioning all of that, the fact that they sidelined him so much for the next 2 seasons is just crazy, especially since he built up a lot of that aura during season 1. And oh boy, I really just said all of that. But enough this section, moving on to the last and final theory, or old theory, of this video. Now, I recall I heard this, maybe you have heard this theory from that YouTuber with the ingresses theory, but I'm not very sure. So, because remember, I'm going off some of the stuff off memory here, but this theory actually made a lot of sense, even though it wasn't, well, true in the end, and we ended up finding out who Sen's actual father was. It was pretty nice. This theory pretty much made a lot of sense since, well, how Thalia's acted around Sen and stuff, and would probably make the whole scene with Sen finding out his origins even more emotionally impactful, since imagine for your whole life thinking where you came from, who were you, and what were your origins, just to find out, just to be told that, oh, well, your parents were dead, then to find out even more later that your mentor, well, I guess mentor in this situation, someone that you looked up to for years, was secretly your father the whole time, and then found out that the one group of people who you were raised to hate was the same people you were related to, and were the same people that killed both of your parents and ruined your new comfy life. Like, not only that would have made Thalia's look even more bad, but that would just been a way bigger shock and a lot of emotional damage that would probably be done to Sen, which is a bigger tragedy. Anyways, this is Adelphius, and I'm signing out.